Top of the morning, good afternoon, and hello to all the coaches. A hearty and healthy, what day is it today? Tuesday. All right, happy Tuesday to everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, got a great training for you today. We're going to do part two of a three-part series, but we're not going to be serious about it, on how to create a group coaching program or membership. So let's dive in. Let me share my screen here. Now, put the timer on here because I'm going to do my best to keep it under 5 minutes. All right. So last week we talked about creating the program or dreaming up the program. And there's three phases. There's the dream it, there's the build it, there's the monetize it. Or other words are imagine, create, or sell your program. Today we're going to look at how do you create, build, or construct your program? What are some of the questions that you need to ask yourself? So let's jump right in. Now, in building a program, cheers. Watch these videos with a nice cup of hot something. It's always wonderful. Slow down, hit the pause button, relax, and just sit and watch these videos. I try to keep them short and brief. For an Irishman, that's not easy. That's like teaching a fish how to ride a bicycle. It's not impossible, but boy, it's not easy. All right. So, little error here on the. Okay, so let's look at build it. Now, in your program, after you've looked at, in last week, and go back to part one if you missed it, we talked about dreaming it up. What are some of the questions that you need to ask? And you go back to part one of the video, you can watch those questions. Now, part two, we want to look at the structure. Oh, put a C in there. We want to look at the structure. So the first question that I always ask coaches in Club Fearless, we're building products, services right now, programs in Club Fearless in the advanced, and that will reopen again in April. So look out for that. We want to ask ourselves, what do I want to create? After you've asked the what is it I want to create, or why, the vision, then you want to ask yourself, what do I want to create? What kind of a program do I want to create? Who will it serve? Now, this is a key one. Spend time with this. Who's the audience you would serve for free? Not the audience that your friends tell you, oh, hey, you should serve those. That's a niche and nobody's doing that. Find an audience that you love. Find an audience that you care about. Find an audience that makes your heart sing. For me, it's coaches. I am a coach. I went through a lot of coach trainings for years, spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. I know the struggles. And so I want to help coach. I'm very passionate about it. But you got to find your audience. Who will this serve? Is it mothers? Is it fathers? Is it brothers? Is it small business owners? Is it people struggling with stress? Is it people struggling with anxiety? Is it people who love to go walking? I mean, what's the audience that you would love to serve? And spend time with these questions, please. The more time you spend, Einstein said if you had an hour to solve a problem, he'd spend 55 minutes on the question. So it's important we spend time on the question. Now, the how comes in. The dream is always about the what. And then the building it is always about the how. So how might I do that? And I put in we because if you're working with a team or you want to ask for help, which I highly encourage. My mother always said, you alone can do it, but you can't do it alone. So ask for help. Find people that have built memberships, built programs. Come to one of the Club Fearless Q&As or come to one of the programs that we're offering. How might I do that? Now, in the how, here's some questions to ask yourself. We always want to look at content and structure. Now, what's the structure of my program? So I'll use some of the programs that I'm doing right now. I have a book club. It's called My Better Life Book Club. And the structure of that program is that we read a book for 6 weeks. That's the structure, 6 weeks. Time is always part of the structure. And in those 6 weeks, we meet for 3 times. We meet at the end of the second week, the fourth week, and the sixth week. We have a meet and greet at the end of the second. We have a mastermind share session where we start to go deep into the topic of the book. And we also then have at the end of 6 weeks, we have meet the author, where we sit down and talk to the author. And if we don't have meet the author's not available, I do group coaching to implement the learning on a deeper level. And they're all self-development books. That's content. So that's the structure. So what do you want to have? You want to have your coaching program. Club Fearless meets on the first Wednesday and for the deep masterclass, and then on the third Wednesday for a Q&A to implement the learning. So what do you want the structure to be? 2 hours per month, and on what day? You always want to find out what's the structure is the hours and what's the time for your membership. And then you want to look at the content. What content do you want to use? Now, the content for the book club that I do is it's all self-development books. Usually, I pick New York Times bestseller books. What content do you want to use? In Club Fearless, we use interviews, we use demo coaching sessions, I use videos to explain some of the building lessons. So what content do you want to use? Do you want to use books? Do you want to use videos? Do you want to use audios? Do you want to use emails? Do you want to use JPEGs? Do you want to use slides? What content do you want to put into the structure of your program? Now, that's a very simplified version, but if you just spent time with these questions, let's go back over them before we complete. Oh, and by the way, if you're listening on YouTube, please do me a favor and subscribe. You may never come back here, but just subscribe because it helps serve the rest of the community and get the word out and help other coaches. So we're all in this together. So please take a moment to subscribe. Okay. What do I want to create? Sit, ask the question, what do I want to create? What would make my heart sing? What is it I would love to create? If it's a group coaching seminar, a talk, a webinar, a membership, whatever it is, what would I love to create? Who will it serve? Who's my audience? Who are the people that I love? Who are the people that I like spending time with? How might I do that? So how am I going to do this? Do I need to ask for help? What do I need? What technology do I need? And then what's the structure of my content? Is it 2 hours a week, 5 hours a week? What day of the week is it going to be? Make it consistent. Structure needs to be consistent. And what time of the week is it going to be? And then what's the content? Do I need to create videos, audios? Is it emails? Is it JPEGs? Am I going to do a podcast? What content am I going to use in my program? Spend time with those questions, coaches. Now, in next week's video, I'm going to talk to you about how do you market it? How do you monetize your program? What do you, in terms of how much money you want to make, how many customers will you need to do that, and what are some ideas that you have to market your program? So look out for that. It's going to be a great video, and that'll be part 3. Now, also, we're going to be doing a program because I know that this stuff is important, and memberships right now are at the top for coaches. If you want to create consistent income, and you don't want to keep looking for new clients and new clients and new clients, which is the main challenge that coaches have. I've been teaching this for years. It works. Create a group coaching membership where you have people coming in every month. You're coaching them. Even if you're a new coach, you can coach people. What do you want? Why do you want it? How might you create it? You don't even have to be a coach to ask those 3 questions, but you can ask those 3 questions and allow silence. That's enough. So I've decided, because so many people have been asking, and we've been doing it in the advanced program, How do you create a group coaching membership? Part of it, well, I've given you here. So we're going to do a 3 hour. We're going to go dive deep. I'm going to coach the entire group on start to finish, dreaming it, building it, and monetizing it. Part of what I'm giving you here is part of that program. And that's going to be on March 26th. It's a 3 hour program. There's a link down below. You can check out the landing page if it feels right for you. But coaches, if you're struggling, you don't have to struggle. Create a membership. Memberships, you see them, Netflix, Amazon Prime, everyone's got a membership now. And there's a reason why, because it's consistent income. You don't have to keep looking for new people. It just grows. It compounds over time. It's the quickest, the easiest, and the fastest way for a coach to create consistent income every month. And I'm going to help you to create $5,000 to $10,000 per month in your group coaching memberships. We're going to dive deep into that. So if that's of interest to you, check out the landing page. Until next week, coaches, think big, have fun, stay curious, and be light about all this stuff. Doesn't need to be serious. I used to be so serious about coaching, and my coach, Steve Chandler, said to me, Dermot, be serious about your business. Show up on time, do the work, but don't be serious. And I thought, oh, so me don't be serious. So have fun in my business. Yes, have fun in your business. So I'm saying that to all of you. Have fun in your business. Have fun taking these questions and just play with them. Just dream it up and then think about building it. And then next week we'll look at how to monetize it. Okay? These guys are doing great. Keep it up. Don't let the dream go. The world needs coaches right now. We really need more coaches. And so I'm doing my best to put out some stuff that's going to help you coaches. Cheers.